Good morning, everybody. I'm sure we've all wondered what it's like to live in a tiny house. So let's go ahead and start off by making the bed and see how difficult this is gonna be. So since I work from home, I typically wake up and do my little morning routine, which consists of me just literally brushing my teeth. And then we start with breakfast. So let's make something yummy. Good morning. So that was a little snippet of the morning routine, and breakfast was great. I mean, we have a fridge, we have a stove, don't have an espresso machine, which is a little concerning, but this tastes delicious. So this tiny house right here is 20 foot by 8.5 feet wide, which I've noticed compared to most tiny homes is kind of on the smaller side. And this build was DIY'd, so there's a lot of custom features, not to mention most of the materials were actually recycled during this build. So one thing to note compared to a regular house is that here there's a lot of windows, which means a lot of natural light, which I absolutely love, but also you do feel a sense of like not being in your own space because you can literally see everything on like any side of the house. So I can see like the cars drive by, which is a little concerning because it doesn't feel as private, but I think that's more of like a property thing that you can fix up rather than the actual tiny house itself, or just put some window tint on the windows. And we also have some exciting news. If you guys didn't know, we're currently working on another secret project where we're gonna be building out a whole entire shed into a secret man cave, and we just got the call that the shed is going to be delivered Wednesday, but our permits haven't come out yet, so we have to wait and delay the scheduling, which is really unfortunate, but I think it also gives us enough time to prep the actual plot and where we want it to go, so that way it kind of flows more cohesively with the tiny house. This tiny house used to only be a trailer until my dad and I built out this whole entire tiny house. It definitely wasn't easy, and it took us roughly 3 years, but somehow we managed to finish. And so if you guys want to see the whole build process, I have another video on my channel showing the whole thing. But to start off my mornings, I typically like doing a little bit of yoga. It's been like a mental health thing. This is really the only space in the tiny house that we have to do it. It's the living room. We probably have roughly like 6 feet here. Let's do a little morning yoga routine and see how well this is gonna go. I feel refreshed, I feel awoken. I also just love how there's so much natural light here, so that's why I personally face this way. Hopefully once this whole backyard situation is figured out, we'll actually have a little bit of a more peaceful view with maybe some water back here compared to where we were before, which was like a residential neighborhood. This view to do my little yoga in the morning, mental health, clear. There's definitely enough space here to do yoga. I mean, if you're doing like 2-person yoga, maybe you're pushing it, but for 1 person, if you're doing it this way, I feel like this is a great space, especially on a fuzzy carpet like this one here. Okay, so since I'm gonna be getting ready for the day, I love getting ready with music. I feel like we're gonna pump out to Miss Billie Eilish's new album because the space is so small too, and it's very well insulated. This jam out sesh is gonna be very hardcore. Like, you could probably make this place into a nightclub because the music will just pop off. Let me show you. I don't even think this is as loud as it gets. I could jam right now. So this is my little setup here that I have going on. We have this big mirror right there. I had my little tripod set up here. I have all the makeup products that I'm filming, and then I also have my little mirror, obviously, so I can see myself. And I pulled all of this out. That way I have like really easy access to all of my products and things. It's nice because I also have like 3 different tiers, so I can just kind of use like this up area here to put my laptop and see what I need to film. And then I also have like notes and PR boxes on the side, and also too in this little nook right here. So I think I just filmed a total of like 6 makeup videos. That's why I look completely different. Just so you guys can see, this is kind of the setup that I had going on. Am I still in my PJs right now? Absolutely. I will say though, everything that you set up to do something, you will have to unset up later. You only have about 100 square feet realistically of living space, and it gets messy very, very quick. I am not an unpractical person. I love just having things ready. It has finally come to that time of day where I actually have to put on big girl clothes. So let's get dressed. Over here I have my whole closet. Honestly, I'm kind of looking for something a little more casual. I definitely think that the creativity that it took to make something this elaborate, if you will. Yeah, a lot of brainstorming, that's for sure. So one of the perks of living tiny is obviously the fact that you get to spend a lot of time outdoors. One of the things that I love to do is to just come out in the garden specifically. I bought these recently and I'm obsessed with them. Girl, let me tell you something. Here in Florida, with this humidity and heat, it's rough. Thankfully though, most tiny houses already have air conditioning though. We have a mini split up here. So now I'm just gonna finish filming up, and then I think later today we're gonna do like a little movie night, which is gonna be fun. Maybe work on a few other DIY projects that we have going on. It is currently like 9 p.m. I already showered, did my whole routine. I'm gonna get ready to watch season 3 of Bridgerton, which I'm super excited for. This is my second time rewatching it. Here's our little setup. We have the projector up there. This little lounge area. For an official movie night, we have to turn off the lights. I'm gonna turn the upstairs light on. This is the whole screen. It takes up practically the whole living room wall, which is awesome because it literally feels like a home movie theater. Huge thank you to you guys for following along this journey and seeing what living tiny is really like.